one in the collective. Y'all are weird. It's like, why can't I? Anyways, happy Rod Day, Sunday to everyone. Happy Lionsgate to everyone that is enjoying that big portal energy. Just happy days, period. Hopefully everybody is having an amazing day. As you come into the live chat, be sure to come in with respect for yourself, for me as the messenger, and for people who are open to receive the messages in the live chat. Even if you're not, that's fine. Just be respectful. Only take what resonates and leave what does not. Do not try to make the message fit. Only take what that only causes confusion in your life. Anyways, hopefully everybody has had an amazing day. Okay. Did I put that? Yeah. I don't be knowing what I'm doing sometimes. I said I'm going to be prepared. So, hey. Thank you, September Libra. Hopefully you're doing well. As we go into this coming, I want to call them the celestial ascension, the celestial motions instead of weekdays. I like how that sounds, okay? When I say masculine, I can mean feminine, vice versa. Gender is fluid, and it's not really a gender thing when we're talking about energy. What else? Thank you to all my returning watchers, viewers, subscribers, supporters. Y'all, I finally got the dang butane. I finally remembered to get it while I was out today. Man, I refilled every single torque lighter that I have in here. So we definitely, you know, your girl has been burning sage, palo, my cedar, finally. Happy about that. But as we enter into the celestial alignment portals, aka the days and nights of this coming celestial body alignments, I'm definitely, since the children are starting back school, I have a little bit more open time during the days for consultations, for personal readings. So please take advantage of that. And for those of you that have inquired, I haven't forgotten about you. Okay, just know that I have not forgotten about you. It has been very busy trying to get everyone ready for school and all of that. And I just want to make sure that things go, you know, I'm like real mama bear. I got my straight hat, my professional. It's more so I'm like mama bossy bear, whatever you want to call it. While school is in session here, things have to go smoothly. You know, I have several children that have to get up and get ready. You know, the older kids, they pretty much have themselves, but I have the babies here. And, you know, things need to go very smoothly. Outfits picked out. They need to be able to get up and go and start their days off very balanced and even kilter so they have a good day at school. They're not being pests to the teachers, people, other children at the school. They go to the school protected, safe, you know, feeling good about themselves, you know, so that's really important for me and stuff. It just puts ease to my mind while my children are away from me. And for anybody who has been a little worried or a lot worried about sending your children to school these days with everything that is going on, let's send out prayers of protection over our children at this time, no matter what age they are. And while they are away from us and while they are with us, but especially while they are away, may they all be divinely guided, divinely protected, of the mind, body, souls, and spirits at any and all given times from dangers that they do not see, but that the Most High God sees. And I just send prayers of peace and protection over all of our children at this time. Ashe. Ashe. Thank you to everybody that supports the channel, the messages, the calls, by the likes, the shares, the donations, the subscribes, the inquiries, the consultations, the personal readings, the support in any and all which ways that you can, the comments in the comment section, the suggestions, the everything. It is very, very much so appreciated. And I do take everyone's word into account and into consideration. Always open to learn, always open to hear other perspectives here. That's how I grow. That's how we grow. Okay. As I like to say, if you're not growing, healing, and evolving, you are stuck, stagnant. Therefore, you are devolving. That is the equivalent to death. Okay. And I don't wish that on anyone, but I just wanted to point that out. I love the way cedar smells, bro. And I love how pine smells. If you are new to the channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Shay, the dual alchemist, your dual nature being. Dual nature being a person who embodies and embraces both her masculine and feminine. I go by the acronyms of she, her, hers. Okay. I am hetero. Okay. I just wanted to make that very clear. But just because I identify as that does not mean that, or I identify as spiritual or a different or a specific culture, race, creed, color, does not mean that all are not welcome over here. If you come with respect and an open heart, you are very much so welcome, no matter what path, walk of life that you come from. I'm a dual nature being because I embody and embrace both my light and dark. Okay. This allows for my light and dark to work together and not against each other. A lot of people are working against themselves, going through the push and pull, tug of war, when it comes to themselves here. And typically when that happens, people like to, it's not that they like to, a lot of people, they don't even know that they are consciously, they don't know that they're doing this. It's subconscious more than anything. Because the light and dark talks about the conscious and subconscious mind. Okay. And our subconscious mind is our moon energy, our divine feminine energy, the spiritual aspect, the things that we don't really remember, but we feel them inside. There's something always in the back of our head saying, that seems familiar, that resonates, that, that does something to me, okay? And when we make the final connection from the conscious and the subconscious, and it clicks on our conscious mind, this is what is known as the sun energy. So we do embody both sun and moon, light and dark, masculine, feminine, high vibrations, low vibrations, lower selves, higher selves, hell and heaven. It is all within us. We are celestial bodies within us and within ourselves, and celestial bodies surrounding us, as above, so below, as within, so outside of ourselves. Okay. When I say a particular element or zodiac sign, do not miss the message when you feel like that it resonates with you. People tend to get away from, or they lose the message in its entirety because they hear a particular element called out and they're like, that's not my sign, but we made from not just blood, flesh, and bone, but we are made from earth, Mother Earth. Ashe to Mother Earth, Gaia, Tiamat, Ashe, Ashe. At this time, Mother Nature, the elementals at this time, to the day of our realms, of all domains and realms of our highest good. It says that the Most High fashioned, or Elohim fashioned us, not only in their image, but from clay, dirt, mud, the earth. And the earth is all the elements, okay? And when we combine all the elements, we become ether, okay? Which is the fifth element. We are all ether beings here. And that is more so what is connected to the subconscious mind, okay? Ancestors of my highest good, Ashe. Elemental and nature spirits of my highest good, Ashe. Highest self, Ashe. Mother divine, Ashe. Most High God, Ashe. Source, Ashe. Universe, Ashe. Spirit guides, both known and unknown, named and unnamed, formed and unformed, remembered and yet to be remembered, Ashe, and say unto you. Elevation Center. Ashe. To my guardians, protectors of spiritual, ethereal, cosmic, starseed, healer, shaman, empath, light and dark, underworld energy of my highest good. I say unto you, thank you for guiding me and guarding me and protecting me. Thank you for divinely choosing me for this message to give out to the collective. Allow all of the divine to be a part of this message and remove my personal thoughts and feelings and dispositions from any part of this message that I may give out. Although I say that, listen, look, acceptance is key. I know me. Y'all know I'm gonna put my 2 cents in. Put your 2 cents in and get $1 back. I keep hearing the song, hey, Mr. Carter, tell me where you been around the world. Now I'm back again. They've been watching, they've been waiting, they've been wondering why. I keep hearing that song, and I keep hearing Whitney Houston, I have nothing if I don't have you. Child, I've been hearing a lot of songs. Hey, high notes from a dirty mind. Okay. Thank y'all very much. And as y'all come into the live again, be sure to hit that like button at the very least. And if you like the messages, the energy, consider subscribing. Consider subscribing. All energies of the above affirmation, of the above forementioned, of the above affirmed forementioned, both known and unknown, of my highest good. Protect me from all evil eye, hexes, curses, spells, witchcraft, voodoo, and hoodoo, Santeria, Santa Muerte, Gree, Cree, Crew, Santa Muerte, necromancy, grave magic, dirt yard magic, black magic, witchcraft, tea leaf magic, bone magic. I don't know, any other spiritual practice, energy manipulative work that is not of my high. Protect me from all of it. And that energy cannot be stopped at this time, and it is surrounding or anywhere in this energetic field at this time. I allow you at this time, ascended masters that have ascended past the point of mastering, transmutation of any and all energy, and allow that energy to be transformed into a higher vibrational energy, purposeful for myself and anyone in the collective that is needy of it, so long as their heart is in the upright ashe. Bring my mind, body, soul, spirit to a state of balance and equilibrium, operating and fully functioning at its optimal peak with all of my chakra systems, upper, major, middle, lower, minor. Allow me to tap into the vibrations and the frequencies and the energetic fields that are necessary for me to give out this message. Ashe. Remove any veil or cloaking devices at this time. Ashe. First order of business, addressing things. I like to do that. If you are new to the channel, okay, over on this channel, I like to tell people this is not your comfort zone based channel nor readings. Okay, we don't do comfort zones over here. We are a solutions based people over here, no matter what you consider yourself. We identify the problems, we address them, and then we focus on the solutions, okay? We don't do drama over here, disrespect. Please don't think that you're going to rage bait me into getting out of my character. If I choose to do so, it is strictly because I choose to do so. Trust me. If you, as a mother, if I can ignore a kid, maybe I can ignore a lot of things. So if I come off of my throne to address any type of disrespect, trust me, it's not because you have the power to invoke me into doing such. It is because I simply just feel like it that day, okay? So be mindful of that when you come over here onto this channel. And again, be respectful of yourself first. How you respect others is how you respect yourself. Is how you respect others. And I don't ask for anything that I am not willing to give or reciprocate from others. Okay? Ashe. First order of business. Somebody is looking for something in your house. You're wondering, or if you're not wondering, you know for a fact, or you feel like almost certain that someone has hid a hex or jinx item in your home. Spirit is telling you to look in corners. They keep telling me corners, search corners. Okay. No, what does it say? They gave me the term cutting corners. Okay. So one thing, that they were showing me as I was in the kitchen and I was like saging down everything is there are specific little corners. This is an older house, right? And so there are little corners here in this house, a lot of them, that you really don't, where you can tell that stuff was kind of like built over something. And so those corners, I typically have to go in them very frequently and make sure that I sage those spaces, clean and sweep them out and stuff like that. They can be small corners, little cracks, crevices, stuff like that. People who like to hide things in your house, if they've been in your home one way or another, whether it's via invitation or any other means, if they want to put hex or jinx items and they want to make sure that you never find it, they will put it in those places here. Again, cutting corners. Like if you are a person, and this is nothing against nobody's cleanliness or hygiene or how you clean your house, but if you are a person that typically cleans, but you may skip over a couple of corners, that's not really a place that's really seen, or that's not really, we tend to do that. Okay. That's natural human error and nature, but those would be the places that people like to hide hex and jinx, and cursed amulets, items, and objects here. Let's say in cabinets, if you have like a lot of cabinet space in your home, there may be really, really high cabinets or shelves that you don't really use. You may have like china cabinets, and at the top, you don't really go up there. You don't dust it. You don't put anything up there. These would be places that people would like to hide things. Drawers that you have a lot of clutter and you don't use stuff out of that drawer, or it's just really cluttered in a space. Any space, a drawer, a cabinet, a china cabinet, at the top shelf, anything like that. These are the places that people like to hide things. The little spaces in between, for some of you, okay, if you don't have a more modern kitchen, but the spaces in between your stove and where your countertops start, how we have the little spaces either in between, behind, around, something like that. People like to people like to hide hex, amulets, curse, jinx things there. Okay. Again, the clutter. And this is why cleanliness is next to godliness, no stone unturned. So when we cut corners, these are the results of that. Okay. And I really can't talk. I have totes and stuff that I have like 6, 7, 8 huge totes that I got to go through from the other house and stuff and get rid of a lot of things. And I got to go through them little by little. But that is a part of what spring equinox and cleaning is all about. And although we are in summer, I feel like that the spring cleaning thing, it should be something that is considered and done once a month. But hey, you just take it as it resonates. I can't tell people what to do. So there's that. If you are looking for something, they are telling me you may have like a countertop that doesn't go all the way to a wall, against the wall or connect with the wall. There may be a gap or space there. The item may be there. Okay. And again, on a china cabinet, or if you have like built-in cabinets where above there's space, you don't really use it, put anything up there, you figure it's not really a place to clean, it could be up there. It could be in a cluttered drawer. This could be like a tool drawer, or drawer where you hide bits, like drill bits and stuff like that, connectors, screwdrivers, stuff like that. People like to hide jinx items. And a jinx item can look like a screw. It could be a screw. People love hexing and jinxing screws. Big, small, medium, little, stuff like that. Nails. Oh, man, y'all. That's why I don't want it. That's why I said I'm not moving back into that house for one. Now, that's besides the point, but taking anything from there, it's been too many people in that house. So me taking anything aside from my stuff, and like that's why I'm going to go through each and every individual tote, bro. I have so much freaking memorabilia and paper, and I'm going to go through them all one by one with my ancestors and my guides and protectors and guardians, and for them to tell me no or yay. If it's something that is sentimental to me, that's why I've learned the art of detachment. And my ancestors say, yeah, that's something that somebody done had their hands on that did something too. get rid of it, I definitely would do that. Okay. There are 21 people in the chat and 11 likes. If we could get those likes up, thumbs up, double tap the screen, I would greatly appreciate it. And thank you for the gifts. Love, love, love. Back to you tenfold. Ashe. Okay. Next order of business. Definitely finna hit a nerve here. Definitely needs to be talked about. Okay. So I've been seeing all over social media this whole trans women against heterosexual women not wanting to, and you must be 18 or older to be on this channel or any of my videos. All my videos are already preset to an audience of 18 and older. You must be 18 and older here in order to consensually, safely agree to watch the videos and listen to the details, the information given out here, as sometimes they can be explicit or they can be very not 18 under, not under 18 approved or suitable. So yeah, the trans women community against the heterosexual women community not wanting to date bisexual men. Okay. I want to, for my trans women that are a part of that part of the community where you are going after heterosexual women, I just want to point this out. And this is more so to diffuse the situation. If anybody feels a certain type of way, that is your prerogative, okay? But definitely needs to be said because it's crazy. So for the trans women out here, okay? One of the things that you stood for to be trans women and to be recognized as trans women in all communities is having your preference over what you look like, what you feel, being accepted socially, physically, and all mannerisms, okay, for your preference and how you look, how you want to look, how you feel, and your sexual preference, right? You fought really, really, really hard for that. So, and you know, okay, so with that being said, how do you fight hard for that? And then you get accepted into our communities and recognized, right? You know, your labels are now on paper, your preferences. There's now a check box where you are socially, politically accepted, recognized, and acknowledged, okay? So how do you get there? And then you want to go against biological women who have a sexual preference not to date bisexual men. That is their sexual preference. That is their prerogative. The same thing that you argue for yourself, right? So how do you then get that for yourself and then try to infringe or encroach on another person's territory to put your preference over their preference, the very thing that you argue for? So let me tell you what you're doing right now. You remember all of those people that were against gay marriage and they marched and they did all the signs and they were against the same-sex marriages, trans, any type of bisexuality, stuff like that, right? You remember those people, right, that were against you and they fought really, really hard for you not to be recognized, for you not to have a place, a name, a voice, or a mark in society, right? What you are doing right now towards heterosexual women in the communities, okay, for their preferences, what you are doing is proving to those people, you know, your naysayers, that they were correct, okay? Not saying that they are correct, but what you are doing is proving to those people or making those people's point is that you are not mentally stable, spiritually stable. And I'm not saying that that's the case, but this is what it's looking like to the people that were against you and your communities, right? Okay, the communities, I will say that. It looks like to them that you are proving their point that there is no place in society for people like you because you've proven their point. Do you get what I'm saying? You go from being accepted to attacking people, women, because of their preference, the same thing that you fought hard for, right? And so what you're doing with the voice that you've been giving is you're making a negative mark and connotation on your community for the recognition that you fought so hard for. So you're really putting a stain on your community. For those of you that are out there doing that, I definitely would not. And again, you would have your naysayers in the background, like, see there, This is why we didn't want to accept them. See there, this is why we fought so hard. See there, see what they're doing. So now I don't know if the ones that are a part of that whole movement and this whole, I don't know, social media, ignorant banter of children here, psychological wise or mental wise, but if there's an agenda here, but you're like, what you're doing is being hypocritical and contradicting yourself. Okay. Everything you fought for, you got, and now you're trying to fight against somebody who wants to be recognized by society as having a preference, and that's all, using their free will. And I'm just trying to figure out what's the issue. So now, if I may take that a step further, now I'm really finna ruffle some feathers, okay? So why is it that trans women that are really, really on the bandwagon with this thing against hetero women, and you want to say that they are homophobic for not having a sexual preference and wanting to put themselves in high risk, danger situations and relationships with bisexual men? Why aren't trans women advocating for themselves, the trans women dating bisexual men? No, you don't want to date the bisexual men. You want the heterosexual women to all be occupied by the bisexual men. So therefore that your true aim is for the heterosexual men that you are out of, that a lot of you that are on that bandwagon are not out here disclosing your sexual nature, your biological nature to these men, and you feel like that you should not have to. Again, infringing and encroaching on another person's territory here. It seems like that the real aim and goal is to attack hetero women because of the hetero men that prefer hetero women, okay? And because period, I don't see trans women out here dating bisexual men, okay? And if you are, you're trying to force that on hetero women and then saying we're homophobe for not wanting to date a bisexual man. Y'all don't even want to date them. Let's be honest. Y'all want the heterosexual men. That's why you're going on these dates with these men. I've seen too many accounts, or you're meeting these men and you're presenting as a woman, okay? And you feel like you want to go on a rage, on a bitch fit and stuff on social media and say that people are homophobic and sexual phobic and all this other stuff, all these other cool names and titles and acronyms just to make it sound cool because you didn't disclose your sexual nature to a person that is hetero. You took and stole their free will, the very thing that you argue to have. Are we seeing the pattern here? Okay, because if you really want to ask me, for the trans women that are on that train, what you really want is for the hetero women to be wiped out by bisexual men. You know, we know, and this is not all bi men, okay? There are bi men who are living out loud as such, right? But we know that there is a dangerously high percentage rate of bisexual men who are really on the down low. You're calling them bi, but we need to call them on the down low here, who don't disclose their sexual preferences in both sexes or multiple sexes here. And they really typically do not stop at just men and women. They usually have a broader range. Minors are not excluded here. You know what I mean? Some of them will even go, and this is not attacking anyone. I'm just stating the facts and statistics. They're typically very violent. So when heterosexual women know the dangers of, most of us have been in situations or relationships where we found out that our person was on the DL or bisexual, and we were put in a lot of danger because of it. Y'all don't want to date them, but what you're trying to do is force heterosexual women to accept a higher percentage of putting ourselves in positions where we are put in danger, where we could get infected, where we are sickly, because it seems like that for those of you that are on that bandwagon, you want to wipe out the heterosexual women so that you have the heterosexual men that are left, and there are plenty of them left. You know, you get a hard on, you get a turn on, you're really turned on by targeting heterosexual males, okay? And turning them out. This is not a game. This is people's lives, okay? And I don't know about anybody else, but I'm gonna say it. For those of you that are on a part of that whole media gag thing that you have going on right now, I see your aim, and it is to go after our heterosexual men and turn them out so you can consider them a conquest and a notch on the belt. I'm sorry, but even if you are a trans woman that changed from a man to a woman, whatever you consider yourself, your mentality is still of a misogynistic, psychologically impaired, impartial male. I don't care what you look like. Okay? Take that to the bank and deposit that into that discussion. Ashay? Okay. We got Libra energy, balance, justice, fairness, and Shu, order and peace. Something about order in the court, faith and wisdom, Isis energy. I'll straight to all those energies and networks that I have called upon, and Jupiter energy, expansion. Something could be about a project. Somebody is trying to get like permits or something for a project, a building here. Stability and equilibrium, Horus energy. I'll shade to Horus at this time. I'll shade. And Aquarius, your vision. Intelligence, Hathor energy. I'll shade to Hathor. Hecate showed to me. So I'll shade to Hecate, the alchemical force. Nefertum, completeness. Somebody could be trying to get like a permit or something for a structure to be built. Somebody's name could be Bill. Somebody is trying to get a bill passed for construction of something. I hope it's not a data center, order and peace. And there's something here about order in the court. There's some type of fight, class action lawsuit going on here. Capri, change. David and Goliath is significant. So Goliath does not have to be a literal being here. It could be an entity, which could be a corporation. You know, somebody could be trying to fight against a corporation, trying to build or erect some type of structure, monument, something like that, that goes against order and peace. There's a lot of class action lawsuits, a lot of arguing and stuff like that. I hear a lot of advocating as well here for the people's voice. Devon wanted me to say, whoever you are, you need to know that you are successful, okay? And not just in one thing or a particular thing here. You need to declare your sovereignty, okay? Whoever you are, you may want to go get your articles of declaration to declare your sovereignty as the natural man, okay? And not as the corporate or legal person. You know, you may want to invoke natural law of the land as well. You know, they have to honor that. It's quite interesting. I seen a man who was arguing using Moorish law, and that's all good and dandy. But where I feel like he had a good argument and stuff, what at the end the judge would not. She refused to recognize him as such, recognize his title of declaration of nationality. She refused to. But this is where we kind of go wrong with that. People typically wait until because with this particular case, this man was being indicted. Okay. And so we know indictments are about really, really, really serious charges here. Okay. Even if they're fraudulent, false accusations, no one has been found guilty. Nonetheless, they are very serious offenses. And that is when I see that most people want to go and invoke, you know, the natural law of man of the land, natural law of the land, civil law, Moorish law, nationality, sovereignty. They want to declare that. When there's a huge problem, if you really are going to use that. And this is why when people go to court and then they want to invoke that only because they started to go to the court, or there's something criminal or there's something happening that's major in their life, the judge really laughs and they don't want to honor, or they have to honor it. They have to honor it. Okay. But the reason why it's so hard to get these people to honor it is because people aren't invoking that all the time before the criminal charges and or summons. We're not going to say charges. They are called summons. They are asking you to do business, you know. But people want to invoke that only when these things happen and not prior and before. We got to start learning to do these things ahead of time. You know, God is an ultimate planner, the player, very artistic, very creative. You know, God really, really, really plans ahead. He has a lot of like alternate. The Most High is very adaptable, and he has plans to adapt to any situation, right? So with that being said, we want to put measures in place that we can invoke later on if need be, not try to put the measures in place when the situation arises. Does that make sense? Because then when we do it like the latter, like when the situation arises, people really don't take us serious. They take us as a joke here. And I'm going to say this again for everything that I just mentioned before about the trans community, about the hex items, even about spirituality. People frowned upon. They didn't look at like protection and stuff like that, and they knew that these wicked things were out here. And now, people want to get prepared, and all these things were being told to us a long time ago. There were those of us that were preparing here mentally, physically, spiritually, more mental and spiritually, for these things, while everybody was pointing the finger, laughing, and doing all these other things. And I'm really not trying to, take away from anybody's awakening right now. I'm just saying, like, it is better to be prepared than to be caught off guard, with no weapons, no tools, no reinforcements, no protection. Okay. We have truth and fairness and faith and wisdom. Ma'at and Isis are showing up. 1, 3, 7, 13, and 7 are significant. 713 is significant. I think I've seen that number before. But whoever you are, you need to declare your nationality of sovereignty as a natural man or woman of the earth. Your nationality is earth. Okay? You are earthling. Okay? Your nationality is earth. Okay? That is the place you do business. That is the place that you live. That is the place that you earn your keep, your living, that you survive. Your nationality is earthling, even if you are a cosmic or star being. Okay, that's why I don't declare to be black. For one, that is not a race. Okay, that is not a nationality. That is a status. It's like blackballed, blacklisted. Okay, even if people it's like God knows our heart, but yeah, but the people who of these false laws, which are nothing but codes, business conduct codes, policies, they don't recognize you as they don't recognize what you mean by heart. They recognize of what you declare, what you are declaring out of your mouth, what you are subjecting and submitting yourself to, whether it's by agreement or by acquiescence. Okay. So that needs to be known. We have Selkies. I'll show you to Selkies, healing, resurrect, get to the heart of, do or die. So whoever you are, you're going to be successful. You are already successful, but Spirit wants you to know that you are successful in whatever you do. I don't care if you failed a little, if something didn't work out, it didn't work out because Spirit needed you to be successful in something else. Okay. Hey, Tam creates. Yeah, I cannot say the name, but elevations to everybody that just came into the live chat. Y'all be sure to hit that like button at the very least. Hopefully everybody is doing well. I'm doing well. Hopefully you're doing well. Elevations to all the beautiful people in the collective. You are August, Leo. Happy birthday to anybody celebrating a Leo birthday as well. So whoever you are, you need to know that you are successful. What I mean is that if you get up and you make a boiled egg, you're successful. You hear me? You were successful in making that boiled egg. There's no need to worry about, and I know that our faith wavers mainly. I don't think that if you are a believer in God, Christ, spiritual nature, whatever, mother nature, mother earth, mother, cosmic mother, divine mother, our faith really does not waver in them. It more so wavers in ourselves. And that's what I have found. So even when your faith wavers, that doesn't mean that you're unsuccessful. That just means that there's a highlighted area you need to address in order to be successful, in order to remove that. So whenever that success or whatever that is arrives, placed in your face, you can, face it with no fears here. Look, though these things where our faith wavers, we get worried on whether or not we can be successful or achieve or accomplish a particular thing. It's natural. Look at where we're coming out of. That's natural here. But whatever this is that you're worrying about, you're definitely successful in any and every area. If it's the small things, the big things, you are successful. You need to know that you are successful right now. Before you even achieve this, you are successful right now. Use that moving forward. Tell yourself that moving forward. This could even be an affirmation that Spirit is guiding for you to use here. You are successful in every area right now. If you're sitting on the couch watching this, if you're laying in the bed, you are successful. Okay. And that's what you need to use. Tell yourself every day, look in the mirror, tell yourself, just say success. I am success. I am successful. Not I'm going to be, I am, because you already are. That's for somebody. Nefty meditation is here. The number 10, somebody is Jewish. Somebody resents your meditative state. What you gain in the meditative state. Why is that? Why is resentment there with the meditate? A Virgo energy, a Leo energy. Methods for the healing power of, because you heal in meditation. You meditate on your healing, or you meditate and you heal. Meditative state can be when you rest. You know that? I think people really, we get away from the aesthetics, the looks of things, the psychology of things. People really put too much emphasis on it. It's really not that deep, that hard. People are like, I don't want to sit cross-legged in the grass. Lay down on the bed. Close your eyes. That's a meditative state. You're in the state, that just means that you are in the state of no friction, no ebb and flow, no push and pull. You are in the state of centeredness, it's called 0 point energy. This is in the state of receiving and giving out. You know what I mean? You are in the state of just letting things be. And they flow much better in the state. This is called the flow state, or the divine flow state, as I would like to call it, of I am. Okay. And you may know this, you may have mastered this, you may have learned this, okay? You may have invoked this recently. Somebody resents that in you, okay? They resent your power to meditate, to use meditation as a method for healing your power, to analyze situations in their entirety, meditative state, resulting from the perfectionism of. I don't know if this person thinks that they're perfect, or they think that you think you're perfect. Child. That's what I'm talking about. You are successful right now. Right now. Not yesterday, not tomorrow, but now. Okay? You go to sleep with that on your mind. You wake up with that on your mind. Now your day is enforced with the energy of I am. Whatever it is that you affirm that you are. I'm tired, and you're tired all day. Blocked. Access denied. Reject that. Reject that intrusive thought. You're not tired. You just don't know how to sleep well. You don't know. A lot of us don't. You know what I found? A lot of us don't know how to breathe. You know that? What about breathing into your stomach, up into your chest? A lot of us don't know how to breathe. Most of the times we're not even breathing well, therefore, or breathing right. Therefore, we're not even expelling carbon dioxide. Hey, TT, I know you, I can't see the name, but I can tell by the symbols that it's you. So elevations, TT. So we have Leo, self-confidence to create. You're a creator. Somebody could be a film artist, or you could be you could have went to school for like film, art films, film festivals are significant. Taking a chance on, resulting from the impressiveness of. You may be impressed with somebody else for this. You may have took somebody's word for meditating, healing, and it actually worked here, and you're impressed with the results of it. You got somebody that's resentful, though. You don't have to be a Leo or a Virgo here. You're impressed with somebody's ability to perfect healing on all levels through meditation alone. You can't believe it worked. I can't believe it's not butter, bro. What? Man, exploration. You could have took somebody's advice to explore this and it worked. I mean, it worked to a T. You've been perfecting it. Somebody is resentful of this. Sun energy, demonstrate, realize, and act like a leader. I heard think like a man. Child, there could be a feminine energy here who thinks that they are a man. The 11th house, freedom associations, your circle of friends. Somebody is serendipitous. Y'all, be sure to check the description box for all links to and more on me, my bio, my chats, my channel, my other channels, my band lab, as well as my Square site. Continue to check out the Square site. Consultations are open. I definitely will take advantage of that. Okay. This could be whatever that you are successful in you declaring your sovereignty. It can be over your energy and you've been meditating a lot. Hey, meditation, that state is a sovereign state. The state of I am, it's a state of sovereignty. Okay. I would say it takes a lot to get there. But when I say it doesn't take a lot to get there, it's mental. It's all mental. A lot of our dispositions, a lot of things that have happened to us. And I'm going to say this, people will be like, that's not true. No, it's mental. The spiritual warfare is about your mind. It's about our minds, you know? And that's the main thing that they have been attacking. There's some type of avoidance energy here. You could have been an avoidant here. This could have caused you a lot of stagnancy. Somebody is GPS tracking you. They could be following you around. This person is very emotional. They are in a lot of denial at this time. They keep saying no, no, no. Somebody is really going through it. Even if they're telling themselves, yes, this is really happening. The person that's resentful to whoever you are, even if they say, no, this is not happening. And the other part of them says, yes, this is happening. Both of these sides of them, you know, that angel devil on your shoulder type of thing. No, somebody has a devil on their shoulder. Both ways that this person thinks it's out of whack. Okay. Yep. 9 of Swords to the Page of Swords. I told you, somebody crazy as hell and they stalking you. They are. They're watching you. They're curious about you, of your meditative state. Somebody is resentful. Just take this as a resonance. It could be a Virgo and a Libra, a Leo. That's what I meant to say. That are mad because you meditate and you heal in your meditative state, or you taught somebody how to meditate, or you suggested that, you demonstrated that, and somebody is taking that advice, and you have a person or people that are resentful because of this. And so they are curious, watching you, but they are stalking. They're in their heads. They're having nightmares, or this is a nightmare. Yep. A third party, an external party who's trying to project on you. Okay. They're trying to project. Somebody is trying to use your method of meditation to like perfecting your method of meditation. If you've used or shared any of your methods here, somebody is trying to use it against you here, or use it against another to project their energy by meditating onto another person. Yeah, because the cycle has closed out. You closed out a cycle. Someone that suggested or took your suggestion or advice has closed out a cycle. And these people are stalking, watching, and waiting here. They're definitely GPS tracking somebody here. And this could be somebody's family, somebody you have a family with. Somebody you have a family with, family room. Somebody that you could have 2 sons with here. Okay. Your sons have a lot of love, abundant, and prosperous energy as well. What's the third party with? A vain and prideful person full of ego. Why? Like, what do they want? What do they want? Oh, they want your downloads. They want your gift of sacred sight. They want your third eye blocked. Access denied. Fuck we talking about. And they're deceptive, stalking, praying in the water. Then I tell you they're stalking. That's the Page of Swords right here. Alligators are significant here. Somebody can have old devastation. You know, the netter of devastation. I cannot make it up. It's right here. 2 cards later, right here. Alligator God. It says devastation. And this is Amut energy. Ashe. I release you back to your respective places here. And it's 3 people. It's 3 people who are in this devastating raft here, a boat, 6 of Swords energy that are watching your movements here, seeing how you're stabilizing something. Something that is about stabilizing a reactor or a reactive state. You could be being gang stalked by a company that makes chemical reactors. Look like, what are we doing? So somebody could be a cyclist, like on bikes. They could do like marathons here. Whatever, you had a rebirth in the winter, or somebody is trying to deceive you and make it seem like that they've had a rebirth. We got Ace of Cups, Page of Wands, and 4 of Swords. You had a change of circumstances here. Through a meditative state, you got the downloads, you healed through it. You've been perfecting yourself with it. You've been perfecting your craft of meditation. You've been using meditation to perfect other areas of your life, and you've been very successful. This allowed you to have a rebirth in the wintertime, and you love it. All your blessings, your cup overfloweth. Your blessings are coming through tenfold, okay? You're very enthusiastic with what else it is that you can do with the Page of Wands. Okay. And a lot of rest, rejuvenation, restoration here, a lot of prayer, you know, a lot of prayer. But again, 4 of Swords is the meditative state, peace, serenity. I heard liquidity. Okay. That can mean something to you. I mean, you know, I know what it means, but that means something specific to you, liquidity. Somebody's name could be LaQuisha. Hey, it is what it is. I'm not laughing at the name. That needed to come out. A reunion is in the reverse. You don't want to reunite with somebody because you're at peace without them. This does not make somebody feel good. They feel like that. They feel like that you're being deceived by your third eye. They even try to deceive your third eye. They try to make you think that maybe it's like some type of weird third eye movement. Y'all be careful with these movements and these trends. That shit, it gives off cult too much. I just don't like it. And I'm just saying, y'all be careful. Because soon as I see something is a trend, I'm out. It's like spirituality is a trend. So you mean to tell me you're out of spirituality? Yes. Yes. I'm not claiming to be spiritual, religious, or anything. It's like, but what are you doing? This is not spiritual. This is what I do. This is my life. I don't have to be spiritual to do this. I'm not really spiritual. As soon as they made it a trend, I'm out. Still believe in God, still do the messages, still get the downloads, still heal, still evolve, still go through the dark night of the soul. But that's spiritual. Who told you that? You see how the titles always confuse people here? So there could be some type of movement, like third eye movement, the third eye click, the third eye. Bro, they're deceiving people, or whoever you are, they try to deceive you. Somebody trying to act like that their third eye is open. No, the hell is not. Somebody wants to mess with your third eye to keep you from seeing something. You definitely rested and meditated on something, and you seen all that you need to see. And your cup runneth over. Confirmation. I cannot get Whitney Houston's song. I keep hearing, and I never knew. I don't know. I don't know the words, bro. I just keep hearing a song. 6 of Swords, because you moved around with the Ace of Swords, the truth. It's like the truth was all you needed to set you free. The truth is setting you free. You may have thought that the whole meditation thing was a freaking joke, a scam. But you tried it. Maybe you got to your wits' end here. After not being successful in other areas, not having breakthroughs here. You may have tried, I'm willing to try anything. Like, God, I'm willing to try anything. God could have said, meditate. You meditated. You said, hey, what's the harm? What's the harm that can come from meditation? I'm just trying to figure out why people are so scared of that. Why is that considered wicked, demonic, or black magic, or a craft when you want to sit cross-legged and you want to close your eyes and sit there? I'm just trying to figure out what's so fearful about that. I find that the people who are the most afraid of those things know that they are real. They just want to be in denial. So they can have you in denial. It was just Whitney Houston's birthday. Thank you for the stars, y'all. I love y'all. Thank y'all very much. I didn't know it was Whitney Houston's birthday. Happy birthday, Whitney. Ashe. And I keep hearing that part. And I never knew. We got a Queen of Pentacles. You know the truth about a Queen of Pentacles after going within, soul searching? Page of Pentacles with the bit of information you got, or you got exactly the type of information that you needed in order to separate from somebody. And now somebody is in regret. Why? Because you found your Two of Cups, the lovers here. Okay. You found a love in the divine. You found a love in the path of meditation, healing through it. You love it. You get your wish fulfillment. You are manifesting in your meditative state. And whatever that may be. People, meditation could be like this. All is talking about is being in a state of rest. Most people are not at peace or at rest. They don't have a serene place, bone in their body, in their environment, their homes, nothing. This is meditation. Just sitting quiet with yourself, simply being. You're not thinking about out there. You're not thinking about up there. You're not thinking about yesterday. You're not thinking about earlier. You're not thinking about tomorrow. Really, you're in the present moment, and it's just like, empty your mind. That's when you hear the clearest. I mean, at least I do. But I can say from experience, that's when I hear the clearest. That's why I think that is the main reason why I want to get everything structured for the children to go back to school in peace. It is very important that I take the days while the children are at school to be in a meditative state or as peaceful as I can be to take on whatever it is that comes my way. So long as we are in the meditative state, we are always open to receive. Hope y'all know that. In order to manifest, you must be in a state of rest to receive from the universe. Imagine this. You order a package. It's a thing that you've always wanted, right? And you order it. You order it online. You get express shipping for free, right? This is an analogy that I'm trying to use. And it's going to be there that day, later that day. Most of y'all have Amazon fulfillment centers around you where you get it that day. Some of us next day. Cool. Either way, it works and it's coming quickly, right? Now imagine that they come to deliver your package and your street, your road, that's your pathway, is blocked, it's obstructed with all this bullshit people, bullshit things, it's cluttered, and then they try to deliver the package. Your porch, your whatever, your doorway is obstructed. It's all of this clutter and stuff they can't even get through to deliver the package. That's because all that clutter, that's the mind. That's where our mind is cluttered here. When we empty our minds, and we just sit, we are open to receive. The roadways are clear. The pathway is clear for the package to be delivered easily, safely, and expressly. This is how the universe works. I mean, like everything in the world, it teaches us, like you really, when you tap into your higher nature, you really start seeing the aspects of like, you start looking at things like the movements of cars, the way you travel to and fro, the way that people walk, talk, the words, the phrases that people use. You start really seeing the spiritual nature of it all. You can't unsee it once you see it, We have a Virgo energy. That's significant. Methods for the healing power of, the analyzing of, resulting from the perfectionism of. Somebody may feel like that you think you're perfect now. Ugh. And this is what I'm talking about. This is what people suffer from in this world. Why do you think, why do other people always have the tendency to think that you think you're better than or perfect or you're homo something or so you have some type of phobia because of your preference that works for you? What does that offend people so much of your preference of free will? I'm just trying to figure that out. Why are people so fucking offended? What's wrong with folks? For the folks that do that, you don't think you need a psych evaluation? Do these people not think that they need a psych evaluation? Oh, that person is doing well in life. They think they're so much better. It's their fucking preference. It's their fucking preference. How does somebody meditating make a person think that you think you're better than them? It's their fucking preference to cross their legs, to kiss a tree, to stand in the grass, to exercise, to have a healthy body, to have a healthy mind, to have a sexual preference and partners and relationships. It's people's prerogative and free will. Why the fuck does it bother people so damn much? They think, well, you're phobic. You have a phobia in some type of way. Or is it a phobia, or is it something that I just don't want to fucking do? It's like, you do it. Go ahead. Do you want to be accepted? Those same people want to be accepted for socially accepted in some kind of way for what it is that they think and they feel, and they want to be accepted for that. But then if that's not your preference, not saying that you don't accept them, but it's just like, okay, that's your prerogative. And you over here doing your own thing, and all of a sudden they feel like you accepting yourself where you are, who you are, what you have, your preferences, somehow makes you think you're better than them, or somehow you have a phobia of them. It's like, bitch, why aren't you over there in your own fucking lane, in your own mind? Why the you trying to be in my mind? You're trying to be in two minds. This is what's psychologically wrong with trans women. And I'm going to say this shit, bro. This is what's psychologically wrong. Those people need psych evaluations. They need extensive therapy along with, it should be a requirement. And again, I can't force that on people because it's just my preference. That's what I view, my opinion, right? Doesn't mean that anybody is required to, right? So imagine that I go out here in this world and now I'm advocating and rallying up people who say that people are a part of the trans women community who are against hetero women. They all need psych evaluations, and we should do something, get bills passed. We should get on social media. We should make a big fucking fuss about this shit, right? And imagine that I do that. Those people are part of that community, a part of that group, they will be pissed the fuck off and they will feel offended because what? I am trying to force what it is that I believe about them upon them, right? So why is it that the trans community gets a fucking pass? Why? And that's any community. Religious, why you get a pass? I don't have to be religious to believe in God. Do you know what the term means? The etymological term means. Do you know where it came from, where it stems from? So with that being said, why do other people's preferences of self bother other folks so much? It's like, why aren't the fuck you over there in your own lane, in your own mind? You over there, I know your mind is, it's either occupied, incapacitated in one way or another because you over there trying to be in my fucking mind. So you're over there trying to be in my mind. So who the hell is in your mind? It surely can't be you, because if it is, you're telling me you are a person of two minds, right? What does the Most High say about double-minded people? It's like, you want a preference, pick your preference, then stay over there. Don't think that you have some type of reign of power or you get to beat your fucking chest because now you get some type of recognition in society, and now you want to go and you want to bulldoze, pillage, and plumage over people's other preferences that are different from yours, but you fought to be different from people. Stop the cap, bro. Somebody thinks that you think you are perfect here. Assistance from your spirit guides here. Self-love, energy, the world. This is on the internet. The internet got people fucked up. And it's not everybody. It's the people who can't decipher. The double-minded people who can't decipher between reality and virtual. The world and people clinging to their self-know, energy, comfort zone, nurturing, compassion. I don't know if I'm talking about the community or not, but that particular thing, I'm not going to say the community, but you know, it is what it is. People who are detached and cold, or people feel like you're detached and cold. Somebody feels like that you think you're perfect. You think you're better than anybody because you don't want to deal with people or because you don't want to be a part of this. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm just over here sitting and meditating. And for you, whoever you are or whoever I'm talking to that resonates with this message, your meditative state can just be being in hermit mode, going to work, you know, doing your daily errands, fitness, gym, coming home, getting on the internet. You have a content creation. You can have a channel. It could be all that stuff. It's the stuff that brings you peace. This is what meditation is talking about, peace of the mind. And somebody feels like that you think you're perfect and you're detached and cold. You don't have empathy in you. But this is your regimen of self-care. You can do self-care products, self-care, whatever online here. They said you're detached and cold, closed off, guarded. You're giving resistance to grow. Somebody, again, can be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, fire sign, Ace of Wands, energy, passionate, remember and awakening. Somebody is confused and they want forgiveness. Somebody is... I'm trying to figure this out. Okay. One case scenario, somebody, point blank period, where we're starting from is somebody thinks that you think you're perfect. No, it's not that. They think you're perfect. That's the bottom line. But they are trying to project that energy onto you because they are a vainful person. If they had your level of whatever this is that you have, where you look perfect, sound perfect, act perfect, everything in your life looks perfect, everything works out for you, you seem to get your wish fulfillment, you seem to explore a lot, you seem to get things by not doing nothing, but really it's meditative state. You're just having a peace of mind with everything you do. So for a person who is you over the internet or viewing you outside looking in with energy, this could be the looking glass energy. This can be somebody viewing or peering, looking at you through a scrying mirror here. This Somebody, again, definitely on the web here in one way or another, because this is a mirror. These phones, the videos, all that stuff, pictures, they are mirrors. Okay, they are mirrors. Looking glass. I hear through the looking glass. Okay. Nonetheless, somebody is viewing you, and it looks like maybe to this person or these people, it looks like you don't do a damn thing. Like all you do is meditate, and you get all this stuff. You think you're better than us. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? But people don't know all the hard work that you put behind. How much it is. Like, you think that overcoming mental strife, mental anguish, trauma is not, you think that's an easy feat? You don't think that that is the most demanding part of life? How much hard work you put into it, you may do it your whole entire life. I guess because you make it look easy or because you smile through it, people feel like that you just get everything. Are you grateful? Or are you grateful because people really don't know? They're just on the outside looking in, window shopping into your life. You look or appear to be a certain way. You care for yourself a certain way. You have specific, let's just say, standard needs at the very least to care for yourself. And you look some type of way here. I'm trying to figure out where the confusion comes in at. Is the confusion because you're apologetic or because you're detached from people and you're not apologetic about it? Or people are confused because they like you need forgiveness, they want forgiveness. I'm trying to figure it out. Are you seeing where I'm at? Somebody definitely is a double-minded person. I hear saturated in confusion and delusion, saturated in it. Somebody is confused with your awakening. They want forgiveness, but they feel like you're attached and cold, so therefore they equated that to you think you're better than them. These readings with these karmic people are making my fucking head hurt. I would not be surprised if these people have high blood pressure, hypertension, hypotension, migraines, headaches, neck pain, back pain, a lot of body aches, a lot of just like, because their body is so riddled with just infestations of stress and just, it's disgusting. My head hurts right here, you know? And I don't have no reason to have a headache, child. And excuse the blue, if y'all see I have blue nails, y'all been doing hair today and they decided that, bro, these teenagers is like, you want me to do your hair, but you just dyed your hair, hands been blue as hell all day, you know? But got to get to the money in one way or another, you know? So, really just a favor for my daughter. Her friend wanted his hair done, flat twist, double strand barrel twist, and dreads. And then he had blue hair. So now my nails, hands are blue. Somebody feel like you're cold-hearted because you think you're perfect. But I'm just trying to figure out then why is forgiveness here? They feel like you need to ask them for forgiveness because you're detached. Detached, cold, closed off and guarded. Self-care and the world. You definitely could do something on the web about self-care. Or somebody could be viewing you do your own self-care. And you had a lot of growth. You've been growing a lot through the summer. Somebody feels like you make it look too easy. Just by meditating, you don't have to work that hard, so you think you're better than someone. King or Queen of Wands here, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Somebody feels like that that you just get things too easy. I guess because you don't look like hard work that you put in. Who fucking cares? I'd really be wanting to tell these karmic people, mind your fucking business, bitch. Mind the business that pays you. Clearly, this is not the business that pays you. Because if it were, hey. Hey, that's what I'm saying. People should love each other. It be the very people that be like, I want free love. I want people to love me as I am. And then when people love you as you are, here you come for hetero women who have a preference. I don't want to date a bi man. All the bi men every man that I have dated damn near has been bisexual. Y'all understand that? Or on the really on the down low, but they want to dress it up and make it and put the title of bisexual. No, let's call it what the fuck it is, down low. Okay. I've been put in danger of my health, my mental health, my stress. These men have stalked me, gang stalked me, hacked into my devices, broke into my homes, beaten me, harmed me and my children. They have sold me over the dark web, illegally recorded me and my children, selling the videos of it, spread rumors about me, have people targeting me, going after me. The amount of sexual abuse that I have, that it has stemmed from a man being on the deal or bisexual is crazy here. Women don't want to be a part of that shit. It's not our fucking preference. And I'm pretty sure the trans community does not either. That's why they're trying to push it on the hetero women. You know? It's just too dangerous. I don't understand it either. Whoever you are, king, queen of wands, somebody had an awakening about you. You had an awakening about someone. And somebody is confused with the apology. I need clarification on the apology. I'm stuck right there. I see the world in self-care. Somebody feels like you should be apologetic for showing care or showing up to the world like you look like you care about yourself. They feel like you should be sorry about not looking like what you've been through. So they're trying to say you're detached and cold because, oh, you won't go back to the things that you've been that put you through something. That's a part of self-care, setting boundaries and not going back to what hurt us, what beat us, what harmed us, what traumatized us, what made us look fucked up, what made us have to go through something and heal through something. At the present moment, you're in gracious energy, gratitude, and you're getting assistance from your spirit, guys, because of it. See, it's not really like if you're in this meditative state and you're just grateful for whatever it is you've been through. That's why you look like you haven't been through nothing. That's why you don't do the hard work, because you being in the energy of gratitude after coming through a lot, learning to be grateful for those things and grateful for where you are and what you came out of. Your spirit guys really do they really do the bulk of the work for you here. People don't seem to quite understand that. And then they'll look at you and think that you think you're better than somebody. You don't really have to work hard, but do they know? The hardest work you've ever had to do is here. Thank y'all for the gifts, the stars, the loves. I greatly appreciate it. May y'all receive that back abundantly tenfold. Ashe. So presently, your spirit guides they do the bulk of the work. They guide you flawlessly, easily here through whatever it is that comes your way now. You had to be open to receive. Do people realize how far you have to be broken down sometimes? A lot of people have to be broken down sometimes and lose themselves before they get to the state where meditation or having a peace of mind is the only way to go. And when you finally get to that state after all that shit, you finally hear God, you finally see your God, you finally speak to your higher self, and they tell you everything is going to be okay. That's all you have to work off of. And every day that you move forward, you keep that in mind, and things start to get better. And it seems like you don't have to work as hard. Wow. Because the decline, that great fall that most of us have had to bear, nakedness, nothingness, pure vulnerability, naked and afraidness, we hit every branch going down. So when we hit the ground, of course, we're going to sit there and we're going to sit still and let our body heal. That was weird. I'm telling you, your spirit guides, they bring you all the gifts. They give you all the abundance. A King of Pentacles, you could be in your bag. You could be a masculine in your bag because you had a breakthrough. And the breakthrough is just a peace of mind. And I'm not saying just a peace of mind, but for you, whoever you are, you may have been used to being a very, very hard worker here. And people didn't appreciate that. Maybe you were detached and cold from having to go so hard, but people didn't see what you had to do behind the scenes here. How you had to prepare yourself mentally and or spiritually in order to be this go-getter here, in order to be so grounded and stable and be having all these breakthroughs and be abundant here. If your life does look easy, if it is easy, if you have things that come easy to you, it's because you perfected the art of peace of mind. You aligned your mind with whatever that would come your way and what had to be done. And somehow people think that you think you're better than somebody. People be sad, bro. We have Leo energy, your self-confidence to create. Self-confidence is a part of self-care. Boundaries are a part of self-care. Hermit mode is a part of self-care. Saying no is a part of self-care. Having a preference, not being double-minded, is a part of self-care. Having standards, self-care. Giving it all to God, self-care. Giving it to a higher power, self-care. Taking losses, self-care. Being your own cheerleader, self-care. Not looking for validation, self-care. Having the courage and energy to progress, to proceed, to continue to move instead of stay stuck and stagnant in a corner, rocking back and forth. Self-care. Why are people so bothered by that? I don't know. You took a chance on your self-confidence to create in a state of resting your mind, just letting things go. If you were a person where people were used to like getting you out of character and stuff like that, you realize that's not how a leader is, because Leo is talking about leadership energy. We are in Leo season. This could be in Leo season. We do see summer growth, okay? So this could be this summer here. Maybe you just change how you handle things. Maybe you look at things like, I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not about to explain myself to you. And I'm telling you, somebody through the looking glass, I keep hearing that Operation Looking Glass is significant too. You could be being stalked. Whether you know it or not, you have a particular person who is resentful of you. This person done put eyes on you, whoever you are, masculine or feminine or other, or whatever your preference is to identify as. You're definitely accepted over here. Just don't encroach or fringe or on your anyone's territory. That's all I ask. That's all. But other than that, be respectful. Everyone is accepted over here. I really don't. I'm not worried about that. It's a bigger thing. Bigger fish to fry than who has a fucking preference on who they fucking or who they have in their life or who they're attached to. It's like, God, yo, people down here make my head hurt. They really do. You know that? They make my head hurt. Is it in the water? Is it the psychosis from the towers, from the data center? Like, what's going on? I thought we were somewhere we are having breakthroughs as a collective whole, but there are really groups with agendas to have a lot of pushback, clapback. And it's just like, sit your ass down, bro. Sit down. Sit down with your preferences and go over there with your preferences. Like, we over here, but when they see you having fun, and this don't have to be about relationships, sexual preferences, statuses, nothing like that. But when they see you over there having fun with your preferences, some preferences that it makes them feel away. Now you think you're better than them. And it's like, what are you fucking talking about? But whoever you are, somebody thinks that you feel like that you're better than them and you don't have to work that hard, or you don't look like what you've been through, and your preferences are not their preferences. And somehow somebody got like big pharma watching you. And that's what I hear. Somebody is stalking you. And this does not feel like a person. This feels like a corporation. This feels like an entity. It done came out too many times. There's too many eyes on you. We done seen the Page of Swords. We done seen the third eye deception here. Okay. And now we have watching and spying through the looking glass. Operation Looking Glass is significant here. Okay. Resulting from the impressiveness of somebody is impressed with you. Because of how you can heal stuff through the meditative state, it's like, oh, you don't really have to do anything to receive. We did see Jupiter energy. So Jupiter could be a huge component in your birth chart here. You may be a sign that is favored or ruled by Jupiter. You can have a house that is significant, your highest house. I don't know how to call that here, but your most, the house you're most aligned to in your birth chart, right? Your dominant house or houses in your birth chart, they could be ruled by Jupiter. And it has to do with self-confidence, self-love, self-care, you know, your ability to be confident in self, to be successful, to create in whatever it is that you do, or create and be know that it will be successful in whatever you do. And you do this through the meditative state, and somebody is like feeling some type of way. Watching like Inspector Gadget, looking as Inspector Gadget. This could be a leader watching you that's impressed by you, and somebody is upset with this person for watching you. Six of Swords. Somebody could live across country, across seas, across water. Somebody knows the truth. Somebody knows that you've been a Queen of Pentacles or King of Pentacles all along. I've seen the Queen of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is out here. Somebody could have a breakthrough or epiphany that you're their person. You're a lot like them. They see themselves in you. And somehow somebody is affected by that. We got cycles and completion. Somebody watching you, who you close out a cycle on. An Emperor. Definitely could be a Capricorn or Taurus here. with earth sign coming after emperor, 9 of pentacles, single, seeds. Whoever this person is that's watching you, that's a leader, they could be stability, harmony, and 10 of pentacles. Somebody out with you. Whoever this is, and they got somebody like, well, that's just too bad. Somebody thinks that you're perfect. Somebody waiting or trying to avoid a cycle closing. I feel like it's already closed. Because why else would they be watching you if it wasn't closed already? Multidimensional beings are you, the praying mantis species here. You may be a prayer warrior and at heart. You got praying mantis here on here. I heard a word earlier. It wasn't soma. It was I had it. I kept hearing it along with the songs. There's a lot going on in here. And it's before I even start get on camera, y'all, I'll start channeling. I'll be channeling all day. I was doing hair earlier. I was channeling. And it's just how I be. When you're just an open book, you're an open field, you're just waiting to receive. I'm telling you, even when I was doing hair, it was about keeping my mind stress-free. See, although that is a natural talent of mine, I don't particularly like to do hair. That's why I haven't pursued or kept a career in doing hair. I just don't like it. I just don't. I cannot make it up. Open to receive. Somebody is at a stalemate while you're open to receive and they feel like it's not fair and you think you're perfect because of it. No, they think you're perfect because you're open to receive. Maybe if they stalk you, maybe they take some fucking notes and do it themselves, whatever you've been doing. Confirmation on that 444. Well, thank you, Triple E. I greatly appreciate y'all. And welcome to everybody that just joined the live chat. I greatly appreciate y'all. Somebody feel like that your beliefs are fake, that you being open to receive is fake. So I guess what? They think that somebody taking care of, somebody think that you have somebody that's taking care of you. The devil, a Capricorn. Somebody feels like that you worship the devil. Like you fake, you're not open to receive. You look too perfect. Ain't no way that you're just sitting there meditating and healing and you look this good and you make this shit look easy and you look flawless like that. There's no way that's what it is. So you must be doing something devilish behind the scenes. You must be consulting with the devil. Salah. The high priestess. They think you're a worker of iniquities. They think you're a worker of the devil. They may believe, it's like they believe you're a high priestess now. It's like at first, like, hey, it's like pick a struggle. Pick a fucking struggle, bro. Pick which one you don't like about the collective. Somebody is always, the fact that they feel like that you are perfect, they are always looking for imperfections. Maybe have they considered that the fact that you have already accepted that you are imperfect is what you perfect? Or that what makes you appear apart, that is what makes you appear to people as perfection. You accepting your imperfections, it makes people feel that you think you're perfect. Because I said I was flawed? It's like, damn, bitch, pick a struggle. So first, you were considered only a third party who was projecting. They said you were vainful and prideful. They said that you were using your third eye for evil. Then you had this major growth, your blessings, your cup runneth over. Okay. They seen your enthusiasm and having peace in your life. And the fact that you didn't want to reunite with people who put you in a space is like, thank you for that. You know, I found myself through it. You found a lesson in it, right? But you don't want to put yourself back back around with people, places, or things that broke you, right? That made you have to go through those things, right? Somehow now you think you're perfect or you look good being detached from these people. That's what it is. You look perfect being detached from these people. And so now they think that you think you're perfect and you're closed off to healing something with them, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But Spirit is saying that this is to remember all the fucking confusion that they caused for you in your life and made you sorry, that they need to be apologizing to you here in the present fucking moment here. And the fact that people haven't given you an apology, an explanation, or anything, still you're showing up looking gorgeous and debonair and demure and looking like perfection doesn't mean you haven't been through stuff. These people know you've been through stuff. They did it to you. And the fact that you don't look like that, now they think that you think you're perfect. You're better than them. They're confused why you still are thriving and having things come in because after they haven't given you an apology. Some of us accept that your disrespect, your hurt, your pain, your trauma, your deception, your lies, that was closure. Fuck, I need an apology for. You give it to me or you don't. Some people like to keep doors open. The cycle right here. They like to keep doors open here. See, when you doing the worst, oh my God, this person that came and apologized to me. So then they can stalk you and watch you and wait till you're down until you look like you're so desperate so they can come back in and say they want to have the talk about closure. Did closure ever happen from those talks? Stop the cap. Does closure ever happen from those talks of closure? No, it usually starts to go back up. Somebody is used to doing this to people or you. Telling you, they definitely need to get off the sauce. Hear me? Get off the toot-toot train, something. Epilepsy is significant. Somebody could be having epileptic seizures. Child, what girls did to the girl at that slumber party. Baby. And now I know that even I was really strict as a parent with my older children. Oh, they spend a night at who house? Hell nah. Play with who kids? Hell nah. I bet you my kids couldn't stand growing up. But now in today's society, my older kids, I can guarantee you that they like, man, I'm glad mama didn't let me go spend a night at folks' house. Supposed to be weird at their house. Slumber party? Hell no. Nah. You better sit your slumbering ass down on that motherfucking bed of yours in that room you got of yourself. Like slumber party, like hell nah. I don't be knowing these people, but because I know the dangers of these things here, you know, and now it's out there in the open, it's just like crazy. Kids don't spend the night with my kids, bitch. No. Because people can assure, but the fact that people be so comfortable, and I'm not saying it's anything wrong with me, right? But the fact that people are comfortable leaving their kids here with me or always wanting me to babysit, because that's how I used to be, y'all. Like I was always dropping their kids off at my house, bro. Like it's like daddy daycare, but I'm a mommy, you know, but I can handle kids, you know, and the fact that people were so trusting in me, the kids are always going to be safe. If I see somebody's child on the street, for one, why are you so young walking by yourself? Okay, I'm a stranger. My name is such and such. It's a small neighborhood. I don't see it time and time after time again. 7 and 8 year olds walking by themselves. I don't give a damn if this is a small town and everybody knows everybody. That don't mean they're not lurking. I don't know many times. And I'll pass by a kid on the street and I'll be like, what the fuck? And I'll make sure I do it just like this, right? Because it takes a village to keep an eye on these kids. See little kids walking down the street like, hey, how you doing? Like, I'm a stranger. You shouldn't talk to me. But my name is Vashay, such and such. Do you know such and such? Those are my children. They go to the school. I'm their mom. I said, but I'm still a stranger. But are you okay? Well, even if it seems creepy, is it all right if I just drive behind you, near you, to make sure you're going? Because I would never encourage somebody's kid to get in a vehicle with me. That's for one. But damn, what am I supposed to do to just let the kid just walk off? It's like, who the fuck letting a fucking 6, 7, 8 year old walk around? 10, 11, 12. Maybe I'll be scared for my 14-year-old to go places. Like, what the hell are we talking about? Like, are you going to be in a group? You need your phone out. I need to know your location. Who parents are they? Where they at? What's their social security? I need a picture of the driver's license. I'm not fucking playing that shit. I'm not playing that. So when I see people, kids, bro, I do that. You acting up in the streets, it's like, don't do that. It's not even because it's disrespectful, but it's because when you act up like that in the streets, you know, other people, they are watching you here. And they love preying on little kids who like acting up bad in the streets. So they can say, when something happens to you, they can say, well, that was a bad seed or a bad apple anyways, right? I don't play that shit. But, you know, like I said, kids be safe around me, but people be too damn comfortable dropping their kids off. I'm telling you, I had a cousin, bro. She used to run the streets all the time, bro. Her baby, he was under 1. And I kept him like he was my child for weeks at a time while she was doing God knows what. But that's just how people are. Me, I ain't doing that shit. Y'all motherfuckers too fucking friendly. Especially with your kids. You can be friendly with your own damn self, with your children. I don't know, bro. I don't get it. I don't get it. Me, I don't trust my kids with shit. Family. Bitch, I know what y'all did me. Fuck you about family. Hell nah. Are you going to such and such wedding for fucking what? Fuck, I want to throw rice for. Be some hot cooked ass rice. No. I know how people treated me. And thank y'all for the gifts, y'all, and the stars. So you're open to receive, and somebody feel like somebody trying to avoid a cycle from closing. But if the cycle hadn't closed, how are you receiving? See what I mean? The cycle has already closed. Don't let nobody fool you. Don't let nobody come back around and say they finally feel like it's time for the talker to get closure. The closure has already happened by your divine assistance here. That's why your celebrations, that's why your money is looking better, that's why you're having breakthrough, because the cycle has already fucking closed and somebody is just avoiding the fact of being in denial. That's why that's why you're receiving right now. It's like, hey, to each his own, that's your prerogative to be in denial, but they're trying to, again, it came right the freak back out. Right in this order. It came right back out. Or did I set them down? Child. Anyways, the magician, manifestations, somebody feels like you're a worker of iniquity. I'm telling you right now. Somebody feels like that you're fake, that your awakening is fake, that your Ace of Cups is fake, your meditation, your healing, your perfectionism is fake. You don't look that perfect by meditating and believing in self and having self-care and self-love. Why have you tried? Maybe you should give it a try. Maybe you should give it a try. So they trying to say you're fake, that you work for the devil. You're getting your gifts from the devil. You're receiving from the devil. Whatever you're receiving is from the devil. You use your spiritual gifts, your spirituality for wicked to consort with the devil. So I'm trying to figure out what's next, because even if they believe that, hey, it's their prerogative to believe that. Don't bring your ass over here with that. That's what I really feel like, that you are in. It's like, hey, believe what you want to believe. That's your preference, your prerogative. Stay over there with that shit. Don't try to come up over here and again encroach on my territory because that's what you want to believe about me. That don't mean that it's true, and I can give a damn. Somebody believes you use your gifts to manifest and use the devil. But the truth is, you're just a high priestess and an alchemist. You know how to transmute energy. That's why your ships are coming in, because you have the courage to change through death, through major endings. It's like, mind your fucking business, bro. Mind your business. And it's like, damn, why don't they just say that they're a fucking fan at this time? A fun fan fanatic. But you can't say that 3 times, or whoever they are. Yeah, you healed your inner child. That's why you have the ability to transmute energy. And that's why you talk to the divine. And somebody's trying to say it's fake, or if it's real, that you're really talking to the devil. Because see, it started where you're not healed. You show healed. You're not doing that through meditation. You show people that. They can't deny that. Somebody comes up with a rebuttal for everything it is you do. People, this is just really breaks down to the people that don't believe in God. And it's just the bottom line. People don't believe in God. They don't believe in God's. They do not believe in God's self. We're made in the image of Elohim. We are Elohim extensions. Elohim incarnation. We are the physical representation of Elohim, spiritual higher power beings. You have spirit, and then it was like, you don't have spiritual gift. They were like, you were prideful and egotistic, not with your third eye open. So then they tried to cause deception of that. Then you had a rebirth, and possibly in the winter, and then you have your cup overflowing. They thought they feel like you're, and it was because you kept the level of innocence and purity of the mind, of peace of mind, and you decided to detach from somebody and not reunite. Then they try to say you closed off because you think you're better than. Then you had growth in the summer. If you were closed off, you wouldn't have had growth in the summer. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Okay. If you had an awakening, if you were closed off, you wouldn't have had an awakening. Then they became confused by you having an awakening. Like, okay, they can't be closed off. They can't be vainful and prideful and egotistical. They're not a third party. Okay. So they can't equate none of that to that. So they ended up confused and sorry because they realized that it was a part of you being grateful in the present moment, of you being in the energy of gratitude, while you had assistance from your spirit guides, while you were getting the celebrations, while your money has went up and it keeps going up, while you're having breakthroughs and stuff. So now somebody watching and stalking you here because of your self-confidence, right? Because of your ability to create whatever you created, close a cycle with this person. They're trying to be in denial about it. Okay, now they're trying to say, okay, well, yeah, collective is all these spiritual things. They have spiritual gifts, but the only reason why they're receiving and they're faking it, the only reason why they're receiving something from the devil, it can't never be God, can it? God can't never, but with these folks down here, it can't never be you, right? I mean, it always is, but it can't never be you. Slide. Like, surely it's the devil. It's not God. And I bet you these the same type of people that say, praise Jesus. Hallelujah. Amen. Oh, them type of people. It's never equated to God. God made me special the way I am. So, and then when God shows up in your life a specific way, they be like, oh, I got to be the devil. That person. Then they said it was the devil, that you use your gifts for evil. That's why you got all this stuff going on. If you use your gifts for evil, trust me, and today with the portals and the closing of cycles, I mean, old cycles from ancestral and generational curses, with the closing of those things, if you use your gifts for evil, I can guarantee you them motherfuckers don't have it. The magician and the healing, people feel like do magic to heal. If that was the case, why ain't everybody fucking healed? I'm just saying, if you can do magic to heal your inner child, right? Why ain't everybody healed? Why everybody not doing it? If it's just a jump, skip, the clap, why is everyone not doing it? Come on now. It's because you took a leap of faith to heal your inner child. See, these people haven't done that. They don't understand what it means. So, of course, if these things look like demonic or devilish or wicked or madness or craziness to people who haven't even took the leap of faith or even tried to heal their inner child, they want to equate it to magic. They want to equate it to your gifts being from the devil. You getting gifts from the devil. You getting downloads or messages or secretly working with the devil. You having the mysteries or the keys to the devil. It's just like, there's no way that person knows all these things, that can do all these things and see all these things. It's not a spiritual gift, or those gifts are from the devil. It's like, baby, pick a fucking struggle. It's like, just do it over there. I feel like collective, you don't care. Again, took a leap of faith and you moving forward in the calmer waters. You have. Exploration is here with her, Ashe to her. And somebody is clinging to their south node and they're suffering from the past of clinging to their south node. Or somebody wanted you to cling to your south node and suffer. What's the exploration? Water sign that came out crossing. I'm going to take it in the right. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Hey, that just fell. Somebody is triggered. This could be a water sign that's triggered. You could be a water sign that somebody is triggered by. Now, why is my stuff messed up? My video. Yeah, they have. You know they done sold their soul. She is the oracle. Elevations to all of y'all. Gisela or Gisela Flores, Ashe. Attraction, Mars and hot. Somebody is triggered because of how you look. Again, this is all about your looks. They are the vain and prideful and egotistical person. This is not how you look. First, they said you were broke, busted, and disgusted, and you can't be of God because if you were of God, your bank account would look a certain way. You would have a certain type of materials. You would drive a certain type of car, live in a certain type of house and neighborhood. You would have a certain type of job. Like God will show favor and abundance in your life, right? The favor and abundance in your life, it don't look the same for everybody. Sometimes favor and abundance in your life and God favoritism in your life, not as it pertains to a collective whole, but you and God relationship. Sometimes God favors you in your life by stripping you down to nothing to rebuild you. That's favoritism. That's God's favor sometimes. And people be like, nope, God must hate that person because they were stripped down to nothing. Or is it because God stripped collective of what was of the devil so he could bless them? So now all these things are happening. It's like you're making these people look like an idiot. You're making these people or people that listen to these people or heard these people speak foul or ill on you. You're making believers out of the people that believed in them at one point in time. Straight oppression. You hear me? Shout out to Ricardo Montague. Elevations. Is it Lakaya J? 555 elevations to everybody that just tapped in. Y'all be sure to hit that like button, double tap the screen if you do not see that thumbs up. And if you like the messages and you really, really dig your girl's energy, the truth that I speak, which is on behalf of us all. Okay. Be sure to subscribe. Check the description box. I do give out consultation, personal readings. Consultations are definitely necessary to move forward. Thank y'all for all of the love and the confirming numbers, the angel numbers in the chat. I greatly appreciate y'all. And I'll be able, now that the kids are in school, y'all, I don't want to seem so happy, but damn, man, like it'll be different if we lived in where they have more to offer the kids, skating, bowling alleys, skate parks, stuff like that. But now I have my phone back, so now I can see what y'all talking about without having to get up there and scratch real hard on the screen. Like, y'all know I say not as good as it used to be. I'm an old whippersnapper right now. Somebody see the world sees that God loves you. There is no way you are still in your South Node, in your comfort zone with this love. God loves you too much. The world can see it. A blind man can see it. Self-love. This is all equated to your self-love. These people could be naysayers all they want to. And it's all because of how you look. And it's all because of how you look through the struggle. It's because how you look coming out of the struggle. It's because you look like you didn't go through a struggle. That's God's favor. God's favor don't show up the same way in everybody's life. That's why I said people need to quit looking outside of them to see what something looks like in another person's life. It's like, if you're manning my station, who the fuck is manning yours? Eight of Wands, a lot of talk or a lot of communication from an earth sign, emperor energy, Taurus, Capricorn energy, Nine of Pentacles. Somebody is single or somebody sees that your Nine of Pentacles, your single, sexy, self-sufficient sovereignty is, and your growth are due to the seeds you planted in yourself, in healing the inner child, in healing your mind, body, soul, and spirit, in meditating on what you needed to heal, and you perfected it. And somebody knows that it's the result of this. People wanted an emperor not to see you as who you are. They didn't want this person to invest in you with the seeds that's talking about Seven of Pentacles, to give you more stability, harmony, and flow. They're trying to equate it. If you're a woman, they're trying to equate it to a man. If you're a man, they're trying to equate it to a woman. It's always somebody else, and it's never God. It's a lot. They just never give God the credit. It's like strike them down. But guess what? These people gonna have to shut thine ass up when they see God's love and favor for you. When this 10 of Pentacles come out, and they're gonna know the truth then. Cannot make it up. They're gonna know the truth then. It could be public. It could be like a public, I don't know, seminar or something, or it could be like on like what is it? Like an interview on like a show or something like that. Bro, I'm trying to figure out why my video is blurry like that now. Something is bringing in 10 of Pentacles for you. Cannot make it up. Wheel of Fortune. It's your time. The first shall be last. The last shall be first now. The meek shall inherit the earth. See, where people thought, it's quite interesting because if these people attacked you spiritually, energetically, because they thought that you were dumb, you were naive, you were gullible. Remember, God protects those people, right? God protects the innocent, the naive, the meek, the dumbfounded, the dim-witted, the ones that are last, the ones that are castaways. God protects those ones, right? Somebody is really in their head, isolating themselves. Something that they thought something was an isolated event, but you just keep getting better and better. Of course you are. You did go from the 9 of Pentacles towards the 10 of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. Somebody tried to say it was an isolated event, like, oh, baby, they just want to discredit God so bad. Action, Jupiter energy, action, courage, and new beginnings. I told you, Jupiter rules something like Jupiter rules a major house in your life or your alignment, your chart, period. You can have like a lot of Jupiter ascending in your chart. This is all somebody thinking about. They could be a twin flame. What's the action with the Jupiter energy? Child, the action is your ancestor guides, the alchemy. Hecate is heavy in this energy. She's been showing herself to me. Okay. Nurture, compassion, and self-love. After a long fight, probably with yourself, probably not loving yourself. Okay. Or your family. This could be your family, somebody you have a family with, a home commitment. Somebody could be fighting in a home, and it's about your 8 of Pentacles, your work, the work you've done. Somebody wants to fight to be a part of it. They want to fight you for your work you've done. It's like, now, oh, nobody believed in you. No, it can't equate to that. Like, people make all the excuses in the world, but your worth, your 8 of Pentacles is due to your self-worth. Your self-worth is due to your 8 of Pentacles. What you thought about yourself, what you wanted to invest in yourself is how you put the work in, the 8 of Pentacles. If people think shitty of themselves, they're not going to put in 8 of Pentacles. They're going to put in 2. They're going to put in maybe 3. They have somebody else do it for them. They think that they can pay for a spell or magic, the bippity boppity boo, and then boom, you're healed of the inner child, healed of what ails you here. All people are doing is sacrificing themselves. Spirit is saying, we got the Knight of Wands here. Somebody feels like you played them. The Chariot. Somebody feels like that you played, that you get to move on and stuff like that because you sacrificed somebody. Baby, these people say any fucking thing. Now they say you sacrifice something. Somebody really is like going through the motions with the creation and the Ace of Cups and the Harney. Somebody really is going through the motions of trying to discredit you in any way you can to say it is not of God. And it's just too fucking bad. This person's worried about somebody trying to say that you sacrificed somebody and left them in the 5 Pentacles and that's why you had to level up. You sacrifice a family member, or you sacrifice your whole family, or your family's trying to say that they sacrificed for you to the point where they are in 5 of Pentacles. Trust me, if they sacrifice for you, God would bless them tenfold. See, God, I just really feel like that God is just moving through your life, and that these people, like, They don't want to believe that God really shows favor to you. God shows favor to you. You have to show God that you believe that in yourself. What he already bestowed upon you, what Mother Divine already bestowed within you, okay? And I'm going to always point out the fact that when Jesus Christ, when they give the stories and records of account of what he was doing, healing people, all he was simply doing was bringing out of people what was already within them. Do you believe that you are healed? Then you are healed, because the healing was already within that person. They just had to believe it to be so, and so it was, you know? And I like to point out that fact, right? Especially if these are people that are God-fearing or claim to be, and they believe in Christ and all that stuff like that. Yeah. Somebody feels like that you have the world in your hands. You have the world ahead of you. Okay. Like, people know the truth. People know that if these people really sacrificed so much and they lost so much on behalf of you and they helped you, God will bless them too. Trust me. More than likely, these people are in the Five of Pentacles, because when they could have helped, they didn't. You know, they were vainful. They didn't want to be seen with you. They didn't want to be seen around you. They didn't want their life to be they didn't want to be affiliated with you, connected to you in any kind of way. They called you all these things, said all these things about you. Now look at God. It's like God done gave up on that person. And it's just like, look at you, divine feminine or masculine. You could be a masculine that's in your divine feminine energy, okay? Yep. And somebody is in a Seven of Swords and a King of Swords, a snaky ass snake. That was the one doing all the lying and deception about you. And now you're proven to be a divine feminine. It's like people that was listening to this person, they can't do nothing but equate whatever is going on in your life to the divine. Right? Trying to say all these foul ass things about you, but it's just not so. We got the 11th house, freedom from associations in your circle of friends. With the illumination, you got the Strength. This might be a Leo, to be a Sagittarius, Temperance energy. 7 of Wands here, guarded, protected. Your wish fulfillment is protected because you did the work. You made it to where you needed to go. You had the courage to do so, even if you had a lot of naysayers. Child, the 11th house, courage to change, cannot make it up. You change your circumstances by disconnecting from people. I can't make it up. Ending things that no longer serve you, people, places, and things. And somebody trying to say you sacrificed them. But then you would not have a renewal if that were true, right? With the renewal and spark in the reverse and the death and the North Node. Somebody, this is a twin flame here. Family dynamic, whatever this is. They just wanted to put an ending to your cosmic North Node, okay? And we have a North Node here on Earth. We have a cosmic North Node. Now let's say you're in your North Node here in your earthly vessel, your physical world. You're in your North Node. Now that North Node is going to lead you to your cosmic North Node. This is expansion beyond the physical realm, beyond Earth. You're in that energy. And so long as you're navigating towards your cosmic North Node, see, your North Node could be in any of these houses, these placements here, but your North Node celestial planet is Jupiter. It allows you expansion. You are expanding at an accelerated rate. And it's because you had the courage to change and not renew nothing with nobody that did anything to you. And they feel some type of way. They feel in lack and doubt, child, because you won't renew something with them, because you won't give them another chance. Yeah. 8 of Cups, you walked away and now this person feels rejected and fragmented, or you walked away from having people make you feel like this. This could be a third party, an external party. Somebody could be a lush. Somebody could be a wino. Somebody could be drinking a lot because they're in lack now. And they doubt that you'll ever give them the opportunity to renew anything. Renew what? What's the lack? Doubt. Renewal reverse. And higher throne definitely resonate with you. And then be the ones that's doing the most wicked, that be just like, I'm telling you, somebody is in lack because they know that they sabotaged a connection with you. They sabotaged the ability to change with you. Okay. to come with you. I feel like that time ago, cycles being closed to have a reunion. They sabotage the union with you, okay? And now you're guarded. Now karma is guarding you. Your good karma is guarding you from whoever this hidden enemy with ill intentions was against you here. Okay. Somebody felt like that they had the power of the moon behind them, that they operated in the shadows. They would never be seen. Then why the fuck you in lack? Why you in guilt, sabotage, lack with no renewal, no spark? Can't get another. You can't get the power. You don't have the power to integrate back with collective or for the first time. Like, why? Collective free themselves from whoever this person or people are. And it's just like, now people, they crying in their Cheerios. It's just like, Donnie McClurkin never would have made it without you. What's this integration and union? Child, these cards, I almost can't keep them in my hands. They want to jump out. Okay. North Node energy. You're too far gone. I'm way too gone. What the am I doing? I don't care for the next part that he said, but you're too far expanded for these people. It would take too much for them to catch up, and it would take too much for you to wait for them to catch up. You ain't doing that. You too far gone. Cosmic North Node is what I keep hearing. Okay. Somebody is in regret. 7 of Pentacles that they didn't invest in you. A earth sign in the reverse. Somebody is ungrounded, unstable. Somebody is trying to make you unstable. They regret trying to destabilize you while you were in your North Node. Oh, that's why they ass in lack. And see, the destabilization of your North Node could just be steady talking down on you, trying to equate your healing, your success, you being open to receive your abundance, your awakening to the devil instead of God. And God was like, okay, I'm going to show you. Put these people in lack. Now they're saying that they're in lack of this person. Now they're saying that they're in lack because of you, that you sacrificed them or they sacrificed everything for you. And now you done had to come up, but God don't bless no mess. God don't bless no mess is true. You took the high road, call it a haiku. Yeah, that's why you get in wish fulfillment. Somebody done did something. Somebody done changed their fate. Somebody was supposed to be a part of your 10 of Pentacles. I feel like it's y'all 10 of Pentacles. Oh, but they messed up. It could have just been by speaking ill on you or by doing something to you. And it's almost giving me the energy like God is giving you back life. Like people be like, you don't get years back. Okay. Years, time, that's something you can't get back. I feel like God is giving time back to you. And you may look like it. You may look youthful, self-love energy. They regret trying to destabilize you while you were in your North Node, while you were integrating in your North Node. They definitely tried to sabotage you. Oh, that's a no-no. You're in your North Node. The type of level of protection that comes when people are in their North Node is like touch. You cannot touch. This is definitely a do not touch. And it's like, don't touch that hot stove eye. Don't touch that iron. Don't do that. That's the energy when people are in their North Node. They shouldn't have tried it. Yeah. 5 of Wands. They tried to cause you conflict to your self-love, destabilize you in your North Node. Now, how the hell are you going to get all the way up there? Because you know that anybody in competition with you, they're not in their North Node, so they don't have the ranking. They're not at that elevated level. They don't have a ladder that's long enough that could reach the depths or heights of that particular elevation. So how the hell was you going to sabotage collective all the way up there? So you know what that means, right? It's like trying to shoot a rocket or an arrow at somebody that's all the way up there. Gravity going to take hold before anything. You're too far down. And it's not that this person is less than you or in the degrading way, but this person is too far down in their comfort zone, in their lower nature, and you're too far up in your North Node energy, and you're heading up, like a rocket ship towards your... You know, we're going to leave the rocket ship thing alone because we know better. Anyways, like you're heading towards your cosmic north node, you're way too far up. Gravity takes hold of that arrow, it's coming back down. Who the fuck is going to hit? Because if it don't hit that person, the one that knows that they shot that arrow, the arrow, rockets, launch, whatever, rocket launchers against you, it's like if it's coming back, they never touch you because you're too far up than what it can reach, right? That means it's coming back down. Gravity, you know, universal laws, physics taking place. That means the person that know that they shot it, they trying to get out of Dodge, but it's still going to hit somewhere, right? Probably to unsuspecting victims or whoever. Yep. Maybe to even their seeds, their descendant, their children here. Okay. Or this could be you. Nine of Pentacles energy, forming a structure on your own, a business, a foundation. You did it on your own because you planted the seeds of self-love. And somebody definitely regrets it. Queen of Swords here. The Empress here. You could be a Queen of Swords. You could be a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn here. Three of Cups, and you have celebrations coming. And then you got a twin flame that's in a past lack suffering. Like, damn, when are you going to do that? Because they want to talk to you, but something unexpected happened. They want to talk to you about something unexpected. How a Queen of Cups rejected them. And a Queen of Swords, Aquarius energy, star energy, you healed. You heal through the sun. You're very empowering to a King of Cups. Ace of Wands who want a new beginning with you. There's a lot of people who want a chance with you. Seven of Wands, but you got your guard up to a particular masculine. Nine of Cups. You're a wish fulfillment to multiple people, masculine or feminine here. A Virgo is here. We got a divine masculine. We got a King of Cups. With the Ace of Wands here, we got a star energy. We got a full emperor energy here. It's somebody that can give you all the possibilities, the everything in here. And all these people are stuck. Bind it, Eight of Swords, Nine of Wands, okay? Because you could have had to go through something by yourself. Let's get some last minute messages and close out. You can have a level of assertiveness here. Eternal dance, movement, will of life. Path of least resistance. You're on the path of least resistance. It wasn't easy to get there. That's the message. Positive news and a positive outcome. You're about to be successful somewhere. I feel like that somebody is going to invite you on some type of talk show or something and interview you. Your birthday is significant. Somebody is thinking of you. Serendipitous. I said that, didn't I? It says thinking of you, a loving thought, and serendipity. I said serendipitous at the beginning of here. This could be a long lost love, maybe a passed over loved one here. Somebody who feel like they lost your love from some type of illusions here that they're getting clarity about. Yep, you're in forward movement with the eternal dance of the divine, of Mother Earth. Dietary change. Now, when I see that, I usually get just you sustaining from things that no longer serve you. That's what a diet is. Transformation, creativity, and wholeness. This allows you to transform. Affirmations. I am successful. I am successful. I am success. I usually repeat it 3 times, 6 times, and then 9 times. If you want to know how 3, 6, 9 really works, you want to manifest with that. 3 times, 6 times, 9 times. Now, some people do it 3 times at 3, 3 times at 6. 3 times at 3, 6 times at 6, 9 times at 9. This could be 3 in the morning, 3 in the afternoon. Take it as it resonates here. If you really want to know how to use 3, 6, 9 instead of people just saying 3, 6, 9, do you know what that means? It's talking about the Mandela, the breath of life. That's talking about the beginning Holy Trinity here. Okay, that's talking about the Vesica Pisces. That's talking about life. That's talking about it's talking about the mergence of 2 things to make a third. Okay, something completely new. The 369 is every natural pattern in this world follows that. The 369. Golden ratio. Okay. The golden ratio. And they all vibrate on the solfeggio frequency of Earth. Okay. Earth's heartbeat. You ground into that. And remember I said, people don't even know how to breathe properly. Nobody is dispelling carbon dioxide. You know what? That makes you crazy. It makes you loopy. And we're not breathing in fresh air. We're not breathing properly. Because meditation, a big part of it is breathing. You know how you just been having a hard day, or you just really just put in a lot of work for the day or the week, and you finally get to sit down and you're like, does that not feel good? When you do that, does that not relieve? But so you can do that. You can do simply just that, breathing in, 3, into the stomach, 6 up. No, most people can't. You know, you got to learn how to breathe. And then and it's called the rolling of the breath. That keeps your energy flowing properly through you, like this. It's the 369 breath. And then you can do that method along with affirmations at 3 o'clock, at 6 o'clock, at 9 o'clock. You can do it any time of the day. The first time you do it, say, I affirm, or you can just say, I'm successful, I am successful, 3 times. Then you do it an hour later. You can do it back to back. Add the 369 breath method, the rolling breath method here, and see how you definitely have a new career here. You got intuitive communication, silent whispers of the heart. Your heart desires you a career field that you are very going to be very passionate in. Like, you're going to love to do this. It's nothing better. You may be in that right now. It could be teaching people how to love themselves. It could just be sharing. Last minute messages from Mother Earth, from the fairy world. This is my Mother Earth and fairy world deck. Confirmation, I'll share. I feel like lately they've been wanting me to do my cards different. They keep telling me to do the Andean cross, but I'm just still trying to figure out the numbers. I'm an overthinker. We got amethyst here. Transformation, certainty, and confidence. It came out in the reverse. Why? Winter's in. Somebody don't want you to make it to your destination. Regeneration, rebirth, positive outcome. We seen winter right here, so something is significant about winter time. I feel like that your life is going to be like so different, so reinforced. You see all these coming out in the reverse, travel in the reverse. Somebody don't want you to have none of this. Block, access denied. It's not about what they want. Yeah, because your debt is being paid off. Karmic debt, marriage, or somebody want to marry you so they can pay off their debt, or somebody don't want you to get married because it's going to pay off a karmic debt. Okay. And there has been a lot of practice. Practice makes perfect. In a marriage, I feel like that maybe you're going to get a divine person, your actual soulmate counterpart here, where everybody before this person has been nothing but practice, and that goes for you to them as well. Sacred journey is here. Life cycles, family, and transformation. See, if you came from a toxic family, they don't want you to know what it's like to have a good family, a actual husband or wife, or a 2-parent household where everybody works and everybody gives in, and everybody elevates everybody in the household. These people didn't want you to have that because they know you're going to be your best. They know that that's what's missing. That's why they denied you of it. Because that's the one thing that you needed to be. I don't feel like that you're not. It's not that you're not whole. It's more so that's a part of your wheel of fortune. And it is an attachment. These people have been able to attach to you, letting go restriction and fear. I'm sorry, they naked on here, so y'all know how it goes. And peace. And that's just the bottom line. You have peace regardless. And the fact that you found peace without having all these things that these people felt like that you needed, I feel like this was a purposeful tact here. Definitely purification by fire here. And again, that it's burning down to ash, phoenix energy, tearing you down to purify you here. And dietary change. You let go of what no longer serves you, what is not good for your mind, body, soul, and spirit. I feel like that there was a tact by a person or a group of people here to make sure that you didn't have a solid family, solidarity in any area of your life. They tried to make sure that you didn't have any environment that would allow for you to have self-love, because they knew in order for you to get on your path, to connect to God, to your divinity, to balance things out in your life, to get your will of fortune, your spiritual abundance and inheritance, they knew that you needed to find self-love. They needed that you knew you had to have love. They knew you needed to keep your heart space open. They knew you needed to believe in self and in God and self. They knew all these things, right? So they made sure that they purposefully didn't give this to you, because I guess that was a tactic that they used to make sure you wouldn't get to your will of fortune, so they can continue to siphon off of you, live off of you, continue to even get the elevated praise of like, oh, I'm so sorry, you poor thing. I'm so sorry that's your daughter, your child, your son. I'm so sorry that that's your spouse. I'm so sorry you have to deal with that. See, people get that. This is how energy vampires eat. They siphon off of getting sympathy, saying like, yeah, you know, I really be going through it because I be helping collective and not doing all this, and they don't do nothing. And that person, they just an embarrassment to the family. They're an embarrassment to the relationship. They're an embarrassment to the they just like, that person, they ain't trying to do nothing. They're vainful. They're egotistical. See, and then they try to reinforce these things in your life by spreading the lie. Even after they see that they didn't support you, they didn't give you a safety net of any kind, no support of any kind, no pats on the back, no open arms. They didn't give you a place to have a voice. They didn't give you a place where you have family or love or support or a positive relationship. They didn't give you a place. They did that on purpose. And then they thought that they were going to keep reinforcing you into cycles of thinking this about yourself, hoping that you would never get to your self-love energy, because, hey, once you get into that self-love and that self-confidence kicks in, it's uphill from there. You're straight going to your north node, and they knew that there would be the point of no return for you, and they would never be a part of your life. So these people or a person worked really hard to keep you in this paradigm by way of people. But when you start loving yourself, you said, fuck what everybody think. You detached. And that was the worst thing that they could have did. See, because some people are dumb enough to think that in this day of age, that detachment or really not having anyone is the worst thing in the world. It's not. It's not. And for me and for you, the best thing has been you not having anyone. They didn't serve you. They didn't serve you to serve yourself. You found self-love and detachment and isolation, the thing that they wanted for you. They thought that if they did that, you wouldn't find love in self. Well, who the hell would you find love in? You sitting with yourself then? I'm just trying to figure it out. Who would you find love in, or what would you find if you left by yourself? I pray that whoever you are, if you're in that energy, you're by yourself, I pray that you find self-love, love in God, love in knowing that, hey, isolation is a blessing for you. If that's where you're at, consider it a blessing. Trust me, it's not the worst thing in the world to be, the worst state to be in nowadays. Since I did see that healing the inner child, I was guided to pick these out because I want to give them to like my children in the morning, let them pick one out and then read it to them before they head off to school. So this is my my inner child messages here. And they got bunnies on them, and the bunnies are blue. And oh, you're welcome, Jerry. Scorpio 1177, elevations. Child, ain't that right? She is the oracle. Peace is essential, baby. One of the essentials, you know? We have love, XO, hugs and kisses, authenticity, 37. I am perfect. as I am. And I'm going to show y'all the front. These are these are messages to the inner child. Okay. Family, look. The Last Supper, you had your Last Supper with family. With these past family members or a family member, you've had your Last Supper with them. They betrayed you one too many times. Odd sock, you're the black sheep, oddball out. Messages of the inner child, last minute messages. We got transformation here. Hungry bunny, all you can eat. That's that abundant energy. That's your cup runneth over here. And inspiration, you're inspiring people as well. You little oddball out. We got odd sock here. That's that oddball out, black sheep energy. But these are messages for our inner child, you know, to make sure that we remember to remind ourselves inside that, you know, curiosity. Then I say through the looking glass or Operation Looking Glass is here. I am delighted by discovery of self. Discovery of your own authenticity to be yourself. I cannot make it up. Self-love. I love myself exactly as I am. I am exactly as I am. That's the Most High. Family. Belonging. You found a belonging with yourself first, with loving yourself. That's a good thing. I am true to myself and loved as I am. Sorry, y'all, I meant to turn that around. You found where you belong, where you're beloved. You found where you belong and are loved within self. Everything else like soul family, soul tribes, friends, and actual family dynamic, it will come. Yeah. As the seasons change, so will your circumstances. Okay? I flow into change with ease and grace. Something is significant about autumn. And by winter, you may have a whole family here. You may be whole married. You beautiful soul, you. Look at you all beautiful and lush. Just look at you, heart eyes, lush grass and green grass. That could be significant. I see the beauty in me every day. Let's do one more. Transformation, peace and love. The gift of giving unconditional love. I guess that's it. I was going to say two, but hey, you definitely transform for the better. It's a good thing. That inner voice. I connect with my inner self and stay true to me. Y'all notice something on these cards? Most of these cards, tarot cards, any of these cards, besides other group activities, King, Queen, Empresses, Temperance, stuff like that. Y'all notice something? Even in these cards, besides the family one, right? You're by yourself. Doesn't mean you're alone, but by yourself. Most of these cards depict characters by themselves more than anything. They talk about actions of self. Self-love, self-care, self-recognition, self-validation. Authenticity is about self. It does not mean alone, This is one of the greatest rewards that the Most High can give us, is the gift of being safe and confident in ourselves first before we go out in the world and mingle, cohabitate with others. Somebody didn't want you to believe in yourself, but that's just too bad, because you do. And you need to do affirmations, even if the affirmation is as simple as, which is grand, that you are successful. Say it every day. I connect with my inner self and stay true to me. That's the inner voice, your inner child telling you that. And then we have a silent night, 4 of Swords, peace of mind, prayer, restoration, relaxation, serenity, meditation. I am calm and connected to bliss. That's what I'm talking about. Those are the messages. Thank y'all for tuning in and tapping in. Thank y'all for allowing me to be the messenger to give out the message to y'all. I'm glad to have shared, learned with you as I give out the messages from the divine, so you can be helped or hear what you need to hear or know what you need to know on your journey. Remember, your journey is your own. No one can do it for you nor with you. Most of it is about self-collective. Some of us, it takes a lot longer than others. Nonetheless, don't look externally for anything. Everything you need is right here with you. Everything we need is right within us. That's a big part about what isolation, hermit mode, self-love, self-care is. Being comfortable enough with self to open up and admit to ourselves that we're fine with who we are. And then we look within and we find out we have all these gifts and presents and abundance and all these tools and all these everything. And you find out like it was right here all along. Yep, right here all along. Don't let this world define you. Collective, define yourself like I define me, because I am your girl, your dual alchemist messenger, Shay, the dual alchemist, your dual nature being. Define yourself like I define me. I'm going to release you and your energies back to their respective places with love and light, peace, blessings, and protections of prayer and of bliss and of self-love, self-worth, self-care. For those of you that need it in the collective, keep your hearts in the upright. I'm going to call my magic, my power back, my energy, my self-love back to me at this time, my healing and vitality, abundance, prosperity, safety, and sovereignty, as well as my protection from all people, places, things, situations, energies that have connected to me or that I have connected to in this energetic field at this time, disconnecting any and all cords that I have attached to or that have attached to me, closing all doors, portals, and windows to and from my energetic field, reestablishing my safety, sovereignty, and stability and equilibrium of the mind, body, soul, and spirit, bringing all of those things to a state of centeredness and reconnecting finally back to all of my activated chakras, both upper, middle, lower, major, minor, healing and sealing all leaks in my auric field and subtle body at this time. Those are the messages as I release y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in and tapping in and allowing me to give out the messages. And until next time, peace and Godspeed, collective.